The primary mission of the 36th Wing is to be prepared to execute the PACING OPLAN. One of the primary challenges is that we need to make sure that each individual airman understands the work they're going to have to do when we execute the PACING OPLAN, so they have an opportunity to be trained on that work. I tasked the group commanders and the squadron commanders to come up with training plans for each of their individual squadrons and groups to ensure that training happens. Most of the logistics, if we go to execute the PACING OPLAN, will flow through Andersen Air Force Base and then onward to the spokes. That's the concept that we're working with. It's the way we keep the Air Force and the air power component of the joint deterrence strategy in the fight. I always ask them this question. I always say, is anybody out there concerned about going to war with a near-peer adversary in this theater? And there's always one or two people that raise their hand and say, yeah, I'm a little worried about it. And I say this, don't worry about it. We're gonna win. If this thing goes to a fight, the United States of America is the best in the world at this business. We will win.
With your look around the Air Force, I'm Senior Airman Angelo Rosadio. Airmen across the globe are carrying out strategic deterrence and training missions with allies and partners. B-1B bombers and 200 airmen from Dyess Air Force Base, Texas, deployed on short notice to Andersen Air Force Base, Guam, in support of Pacific Air Forces. 4 Lancer aircraft from the 9th Expeditionary Bomb Squadron are running operations in the 1st Bomber Task Force deployment to the Pacific in more than a year. Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Stallsworth, the squadron's commander, says the 9th is putting the national defense strategy into action with bombers anywhere in the world at any time for as long as necessary. The Lancer crews have already trained with Japan and the Republic of Korea. Another Bomber Task Force mission in Europe brought 2 B-1B Lancers from the 28th Bomb Wing at Ellsworth Air Force Base, South Dakota, to the Baltic region. Air crews trained with F-16s from the Danish Air Force and MiG-29s and F-16s from the Polish Air Force. General Jeffrey Harigian, the U.S. Air Forces in Europe and Air Forces Africa commander, says integrating bomber missions with NATO allies and partners strengthens relationships and shows the capability to confront a range of global challenges. Bomber Task Force deployments provide a persistent, long-term bomber presence around the globe. The 386th Expeditionary Civil Engineer Squadron out of Ali al-Salam Air Base, Kuwait, partnered with Canadian Army Forces for a nighttime rapid airfield damage recovery training, or RAIDER. It's a 7-step process that repairs runways in the event of an attack on an airbase. RAIDER also acts as a strategic deterrence from potential threats. And that's your look around the Air Force.